Like even the heroes that you see from Aster so far are not that heavily counterpickable, right?
Radiant team picked.
So
I mean,
okay, here comes the Shadow Demon anyway. So Clockwork's just 3 now.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen them. Did I tell
Offlane
you about
Shadow
the game
Demon.
where no Setsu played Shadow Demon one game?
Oh, Shadow Demon mid.
Yeah, he played
Shadow
one
Demon
game.
does
That
not
was
sound like a Setsu hero.
but he played one game. Mid.
Did they win?
I'm just. I don't remember. I think they lost. I think they lost the game.
Okay.
If you want, but it wasn't a very fun. It wasn't a game that I remembered. You know, so it's probably
Right.
not a very nice game for the SD.
Oh, you feel like you wouldn't remember it if it was really one-sided?
I mean, actually, I would if
Yeah.
it's a storm or maybe he was owning a lot.
Yeah, maybe it was close. Yeah, maybe you've blocked it out from your mind because you have all of this hate for Setsu, and you just can't accept that he would win a game on a hero that you wouldn't expect him to. You're a big hater, Winter. We need to get you away from these RNG games. Fortunately, this is the only one for today. So.
You know why I'm upset? Because I know he's better.
Okay.
He's better than that.
You have high expectations. You're disappointed in him.
Yeah, it's more about disappointment, you know, like because the guy has like he's really good at, if you watch him closely, he's really good at clicking the buttons and reacting to stuff, you know, like he's very high skill, mechanical,
mechanics.
yeah, good mechanics. Okay, this is very very interesting because I get why they pick AM here because they know that the Clockwork is a core most likely, and
Yeah.
Clockwork core sucks against AM because you cannot pressure him and he burns all your mana, means you cannot do anything in the lane.
Yeah, and Clockwork's not a good laner unless you're actually actively pressuring and getting kills, right?
No, are we gonna see? Are we gonna see some Shadow Demon mid and then Clockwork support and they pick another hero to counter the AM in the lane? No.
I could see it. Yeah.
But it has to
Then
be a win
just
condition.
disrupt the anti-mage. Let's go.
It has to be a win condition. Like the only clear win condition right now, I could see like RNG wanting to go for is like a Meepo. Meepo counters Pango and AM
Yeah.
with the root.
They need building damage as well. They literally do not hit buildings at all currently.
Meepo would solve all the problems.
They need a win condition that also
Wait, can they play
hits
Meepo?
buildings.
Can they actually?
I
play
don't. I
Meepo?
have no idea if they play Meepo.
Sounds like a Setsu hero because he's a selfish hero.
It's a 1v5 1v5 hero.
Yeah, it sounds like his hero.
10 seconds.
That's actually part of the reason that I think it's a little bit better now, but I used to hate Meepo so much because when somebody on your team, no matter where Meepo gets picked, as soon as the Meepo gets picked, then that game becomes all about Meepo, right? If it's on your team, the only thing that you need to do is make sure that Meepo has a good game. And if he's on the enemy team, all you need to do is ruin the Meepo's game.
I mean, that's a last pick hero for you, you know.
Yeah.
You're just talking about any hero that's a last pick.
But I
you can
think
do that.
Meepo more than anyone else because he also just soaks up so much experience and so much farm off of the map, right? So
I mean, I would classify Meepo, Alchemist, and Huskar as the same kind of hero, but I get what you mean if you're on a team with Elk and Meepo are a bit more similar.
yeah,
Even a Naga can be similar because Naga also, you know, she vacuums the map of creeps.
yeah, or like Tinker as well. I don't even think Tinker is the same level of like win condition, but he is definitely the same level of vacuum in the wrong hands, where he can just you get Tinker players just brainlessly keeping their APM as high as humanly possible,
Oh, no,
farming every
yeah.
creep.
Here comes the Meepo, man. Meepo is gonna own Invoker in the lane. He's great against Pango. He's great against AM. It's like an auto win in a pub when the Meepo player sees this kind of hero.
Are you not at all worried about? I know that the net is really good against Pango, but like Rolling Thunder and the Swashbuckle are both.
Yeah, it's a
pretty
both
good.
way thing actually. It's a both way matchup. But I think that Meepo has a pretty good chance at dealing with the Pango.
Yeah, I agree that I
usually-
think Meepo is the best pick here for sure.
Then the Invoker has to consider whether he wants to, because Exalt Invoker is actually pretty good against the Meepo. But then again, you have two win condition if you have Exalt Invoker and Anti-Mage. Oh,
Okay,
Monet is back.
Monet Void. When in doubt, just pick Monet Void, and it is, I guess, kind of an
But what
old
is the
school
combo?
counter to the anti-mage.
Yeah,
Like,
but what is the combo? There is nothing.
yeah,
that they can
there's no combo at all really.
throw it. I mean, you can put the ball on the bubble. That's it.
I think this clockwork pick has really kind of messed up their drafts.
Yeah, the SD should have been there.
Yeah, if they just picked SD here, then they would have had the opportunity. Like, if the SD was here, then there's no way that the anti-mage comes out, right? And then you have like more chances. But instead, they just picked this clockwork, and then Aster like, yeah, we don't care about your clockwork. And now they're scrambling to kind of fix the draft.
Now you understand why I always try to focus on all this small little pick sequence. I look at the pick sequence a lot because now you start to understand how the pick sequence can actually affect how the whole game is going.
Oh, I think like a single, you know, like a good pick or ban here or there, or just thinking about the order and making sure that you're heading off the opponent, because it's not just about like, oh, I'm gonna pick this and then I'll turn my brain off and wait and see what they do. You need to preempt what the other guy's gonna do, right? You're like, okay, well, I think the best thing for me to do is this, and then he's gonna do this, and then what do I do with the whole branching possibilities of everything that he could possibly pick? How is he gonna screw me over in the worst possible way? Right? What's his best pick?
I like the turn your brain off part.
Right? I locked in my hero. It's fine.
Because I played with people before that. Oh, I just chill, just wait and see. You know, you're not supposed to wait and see. You're supposed to be thinking ahead. It just reminds me of memories.
Oh, okay.
Because that was literally what the guy did. Turn his brain off and wait for the enemy to do something.
It's like, I'll just counterpick whatever he picks. It's fine.
I mean, instead of trying to tell me ahead so that I could pick another hero that could be a better partner so that his hero becomes better. No, he's not going to do that for me. He's going to just tell me, relax. I need to see 2 more heroes. You know, classic. You know, these are the pub players. When they always use, because there's a bunch of players that actually gain a lot of MMR just by virtually knowing what to pick in as the ultimate last pick. So that's how they gain their MMR, and they don't actually really understand how to play Dota.
They just know how to pick the cheesiest hero for any given draft.
Yeah. And when you pick that hero, it's actually not Dota. You know, just like when you said about the meeple thing.
Well, SCC is trying to steal a bounty rune here. Super trying to battle him back. Nice blinding light. Actually, he got it. Oh, SCCC with the bounty rune steal. All right, Aster getting off to a triple bounty start. It's pretty nice.
So what are the lanes? Ember, Invoker. Oh no, Setsu, Ember, Spirit. Oh.
So
all right.
Quasvex Invoker.
Let's hope he. Yeah, she should be Quasvex. I think it should be Quasvex.
It's good. It's good against the Ember for sure.
Yeah.
And you've got anti-mage on your team. Think of the synergy. And
then you want to nix diffuser on Pango.
Yeah. And then it's yeah. But then also the Quasvex Invoker is a way better space creator, and the anti-mage is your win condition. So you may as well just have
everything is clear. That's what you want.
Yeah, I think the Aster draft is really easy to play here.
Nice, you're learning. Very good.
What, just say that a draft is easy to play?
Yeah, it's not easy to identify it correctly. Because some people, when they look at the draft, they usually tend to be biased to what they like, you know, what heroes they like, instead of trying to figure out how is the overall game going to be for that team. Like, how are they going to play.
Fade getting knocked under tower there. Nice little blinding light knockback from Super.
Pull, he needs to get the creep pull. This is huge.
I would hope that I'd learned something by this point, Winter. I've only been playing and casting for however long.
I mean, it's not to say it in a bad way.
Right.
A lot of things you actually don't. Sometimes you don't actually notice it until certain people tell you about it. You know, you've been looking at the same thing over and over again.
Oh, so you're taking all the credit, Winter, for teaching me.
No, I'm not really taking all the credit. But it's just like sometimes, because even for me, when I'm looking at the same thing over and over again, sometimes I miss certain things because I'm looking at a specific angle. Or when someone comes and watches it with me and they tell me about it, I think it exposes me to another angle which I'm looking at the game at. So I get certain different stuff that I previously didn't get before. So it's actually very good that you talk to people about stuff, you know. Like you notice it in teams, sometimes during interviews they will say that, oh, we got him as a coach because he's very good at bouncing ideas off me.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, fresh perspective can matter a lot. Every team's got their concept, and we even see sometimes in a really long-running team, sometimes it can get a little bit too, like, I think their ideas can get a little bit too homogenous, right? There's a level where, yes, you all have the same concept about the game, but that means that nobody is suggesting anything different or suggesting anything crazy. And if you fall into a rut performance-wise doing that, then it can be really hard to break out, right? Because you all have the same idea about the game.
Yeah, correct. Precisely. That's why it is important to have a different perspective, or even like an outside perspective sometimes.
You need that one crazy guy on the team who just wants to play like position 4 invoker every game. So just give me the position 4 invoker.
I mean, that is partially true, to be honest. You need one, because the team is all about like balance, right? You can't have 5 crazy guys, or you just can't have 5 conservative players, you know. It's just not gonna work. A bit of everything.
Well, this mid lane's going pretty well for John.
Yeah, this is a very invoker favorite lane.
Yeah, Setsu just scrambling what he can.
I've seen certain players that choose to max like chains and slide when they're up against cost vaccine.
Because you just can't do anything with the flame guard, right? It's just
kind
of useless. Though you still want it to be able to farm later. September getting gone on here. Flywing gonna try and help him out. Doesn't have a point in the cogs actually on the clockwork. I don't know about that. And SCCC just walks down the kill.
Yeah, it's quite common though nowadays because cog is a pretty. I mean, I don't want to use trash, but
it's bad. It feels bad for sure.
Yeah, it's very, very terrible. It got nerfed so much.
The mana burn is garbage as well, right? Yeah, it's like only
because it costs you 80 mana to burn 50 mana. Why would you want to do that to yourself, you know? I mean, the only reason why you would get cogs early is because you have a SF, you have to you know, feed him damage, or you have to you're on your own on the off lane and you need to get the creep towards your tower.
Just to do some manipulation. But so far, Aster top of the CS on all 3 lanes. They're not too far behind on the side of RNG, but definitely lane wins for Aster so far. Monet already just queuing up his build. Imagine it's going to be the same as ever. Picking up some treads into the Mask of Madness. I guess Anti-Mage kind of probably likes the new Battle Fury build-up.
Yeah,
definitely nice for him.
Yeah, it's much better for him. And first catapult gonna spawn, so I guess the Invoker has the kill threat on the Ember. So his support should be moving right about now to place the wards and get ready to kill the Ember before he's 6. They have a short window here, so they're actually kind of late though.
It would be awesome to get some urn charges as well, right? Invoker's already got that, so you get the urn picked up and he can just start terrorizing the other lanes.
Yep, the Lich is going there, but the Pango is not there. Like, preferably around this time. The creep is about to go into the tower. You want both the supports already ready.
Well, September's already scouted this. Now they're going to go for the banish. Setsu does have his level 6, so it looks like it should be a kill onto Boboka. Chian's going to try and protect. Boboka just running back over to him. Here comes the cold snap. Jump forward. Tornado is available, still holding him back. Boboka does have 4 stacks up on him, and that plus the sleight of fist will get the kill.
The flames rush forth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised the Pango didn't decide to move forward, because they definitely needed one more hero here to cause a breakthrough or make a move happen. Because with the Lich and the Invoker, I'm not sure if they had enough to kill the Ember when he was level 5. But if they had the Pango, then they definitely could have. Because you saw the Lich, he wasn't really willing to commit because he doesn't feel that they can kill him, you know. And he was like,
yeah, they needed both of them.
Yeah, they needed one more guy, and the Pango was like pulling the wave. I feel like he's not in tune with what the team is doing.
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity there. I mean, they're still winning the lanes, but
yeah. So the Lich
now
goes
Lich TP's top.
Yeah, you don't want to come to me? It's okay. I will come to you.
Yep. Oh, what are they going to go for here? It looks like they do just want super, swashbuckle forward, drag him back. Monet, nothing that he can do to help. Just has to let his support die, and does end up being a successful rotation for Aster. We've got another Tornado at mid. Setsu still just getting pummeled with right clicks. And Invoker, what's the build this game? Do you just want like fast vessel against Void? Or
Yeah, fast vessel and maybe a meme hammer. The meme hammer could be nice because they don't really have too many disables on their team, reliable
Right.
disables. So that
I think
could
I
work.
think meme hammer is such a bait on Quaswex Invoker, personally.
I mean, Thompson can make it work. He wants
Yeah,
PI.
but sure. I don't think Thompson is.
that-
Thompson's not a fair data point for any item
it's
build. I'm
actually
sorry.
It's actually not as good now because you don't have the lift time talent anymore.
Well, that was even more of a bait. I think the idea that you're ever going to get to sit there and channel a meteor hammer underneath a tornado is just insane to me. As September is dead bottom. That's SCCC picking up a solo kill against 2 heroes.
Wait, what? What?
I don't know how. I didn't catch it on camera. I was not thinking that anything was going to happen down there. Setsu's getting up in the Invoker's face. Cold Snap coming out. He does still have the Tornado. Dispels the Flame Guard. Heads over to the Roshan. This spam is still doing damage, though. Invokes up into the Ghost Walk. And no way to really pressure that. Triple Remnant, though! Setsu
Yep,
just
very
bombs
nice.
him.
Very, very nice, and doing as much damage as he can with the slide and the right clicks before blowing him up.
Yeah,
I mean,
and now
that's what,
Baboka's also dead.
I mean, that's what I tell you. This guy has very, very good mechanics. He's just not very good at like understanding the flow of the game sometimes and what he should be doing, where he should be farming. You know. But apart from that, he's actually a very, very high skill player.
How much does it fall to the individual player, and how much can you rely on a really vocal captain to kind of boss around the button pushers?
You need a 6-man to help. Like the captain has enough issues in the team to handle. You know, like if he has to do everything, you're gonna see a very clear drop in performance from that guy because he has to handle too much.
Well, Flywin getting gone on, completely out of mana, just has to try and walk this one off. I don't know why he's not on strength treads. Swaps them over at the end there. Setsu did try and come in and look for the turnaround rotation, but this anti-mage is getting a lot. Really, just a good laning matchup for him, right? Nothing that, like we said, after the pick came out, nothing that the Clockwork can do to really slow him down. September is getting these stacks going on Baboka, but not going to be a kill. And Sep accepting that all of his mana is gone. There's no way to get out of that EMP. Setsu's just running at mid. Alright, what's he found? He found Baboka. Got the chains. Okay, Setsu playing nice and aggressive and dominating streak already for him.
This is how he should be playing for the Void. And top lane, Clockwork and the Void should be able to secure this kill. Straightforward kill, and Bounty Ruin's outpost gonna be up right now. Dire, can they actually steal the outpost here? Radiant has to defend the bottom outpost.
Okay, yeah, so Lich TPing in. Super's got a ward down. Flywin trying to contest this Bounty Rune. Good damage on this Invoker, actually. Swashbuckle forward from Fade. Wants to split the battery assault damage. Looks like Flywin will at the very least. No, he doesn't even get the Bounty. Fade stealing that from him. This clock's still pretty tanky, but will be a kill. Over on the other side, battle in the river. SCCC picking up the 1 kill. But Setsu in September looking for him. Doesn't have the chains back off the cooldown in time. So SCCC able to hop away. Did he get the bounty as well? No.
2 apiece. Actually, no, 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. Wait, what? 1, 2.
Did one of them get denied, maybe? Oh, there's still one up. There's still one up.
Still one.
We just gotta look at the minimap, Winter. We always forget. We just assume that they've all been grabbed.
Yeah, that's a classic player habit.
2-2.
Yeah, look at the minimap. I mean, we always look at the... Like, there's one eye dedicated to the minimap. Do you have yours on the left or the right?
The left. Who has it on the right?
There are quite a bit of players that have it on the right.
Is it just so so you don't accidentally click on the top left corner when you're like backing? Is that
I think it's because they came from another hook shot onto...
success? Yeah, getting gone on. He's pretty tanky. He does have his Hooded Defiance pop. Needs to get onto the strength treads for a little bit more survivability. There he goes. They're looking for the turnaround with the Invoker. Tornado coming through. Can they burn the mana out of this Void? Yes, they can. Monet now also getting stunned up by Fade. Trouble for Void. Monet, all he can do is jump backwards. Setsu still trying for this ill-fated dive as he now gets dueled up. Not sure about that decision after the Void was brought so low, and Aster now able to keep on chasing. Cold Snap coming off cooldown in a second. XXS just giving the vision. Flywing going to try and help out with the cogs. Can he keep his Keeper of the Light alive? Nice snipe from Fade as the Swashbuckle comes in. Who's trapped in with who? Flywind does keep these cogs here, but Tornado to cover Aster's retreat, and they do just find 2 quick kills on the top side. And that's with 2 heroes just farming elsewhere.
Yeah. The deciding factor in the fight was the Void getting his mana burn from the gaze plus the EMP.
Yeah, it was well done by the.
I mean, I think if he had mana, I think what Setsu did would be okay, like going in, because he was trying to bait out the enemy team to go on him so they could get a chrono. But I felt like he didn't realize the Void had no mana to cast his chrono. That's why it looked like a very, very bad.
Yeah, there was a really weird disconnect between what he was doing and Monet just trying to.
I mean, this is why I always look at all these things, you know. Like when certain players make something that looks really silly, usually it's always about like lack of communication and lack of awareness about your surrounding, what's happening around you. Because usually when you play in pubs, like what do you care about? Only just your own play. You don't really try to work with others. You don't really talk to others, you know. That's why you have all these like habits that you need to kick when you play in an actual team environment, which is gonna take some time.
Yeah, and always worth keeping in mind, right? Every single time a player in one of these games does something, they're doing it for a reason. They're making the play that they feel is best. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Dota's a game of incomplete information. We have way more info than they do as the casters. Yep. And well, Flywing getting gone on here up top. He's gonna try for the hook out. Does get it.
Nice.
Keep himself alive.
Very nice. So looking at the map right now, see who's taking the dead lane. The support here. The support here. The carry's in the pocket. The carry's in the pocket. And this lane is in the middle. Both teams are doing the exact same thing right now.
Yeah. And no tier 1 tower is taken just yet. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's because of the heroes. The heroes doesn't really allow either team to kill the towers until the carries come online. And if you look at the vision right now, who has better vision? Daya has one defensive ward here on the top jungle. There's no vision here, so they're about to smoke and place vision down here and use. I don't think they have casted a Chronosphere yet so far.
Nice scan. They catch this smoke coming around the side. So XXS is going to be in here. A little bit of pressure onto Fade. Does just need to get a swashbuckle away. Nicely done by Chan. Just going to protect him. But they are finding Baboka over here. Looks like a very free kill on the position 5, and not really what RNG were hoping for. Though they got some wards down, so the main objective of the smoke completed.
Got the tower at top, thanks to what Baboka is doing and giving that information. And right now they just need to get a sentry here. Make sure they kill the vision here. I'm pretty sure they know something is up. And they should be able to hold this tower. This tower is extremely... I always tell you, this tower is the tower to defend, man. You do not want to give your tier 1 mid easily.
I guess it's a bit tricky. This D ward might be a little bit more tricky than this one, just because they... I don't know, did they see them actually in, like, close behind the tower? Of course they know that they were over here.
Here, you place the sentry here, because sometimes it's here. The ward can be here or here. Oh, no!
Nope.
I jinxed.
He didn't think it would be that far over, because I just think he doesn't think that somebody wormed their way all the way through the trees to plant that wood.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just gonna happen, you know. You can't just expect. For me, the way I think about the war is I don't really just expect. I just do what is actually still what I need, the most efficient DWAR, because this is very, very dangerous if the enemy wants to push his tower and you're here defending and there's a vision here. You never ever want to lose a fight just because of that, you know.
Right. Yeah, this is a tricky situation, and now you've got these 2 initiators coming in from the side. They've got to jump onto Baboka. Monet will be able to look for a Chronosphere afterwards as well if he sees a good opportunity. Now he jumps forward, but it's straight into the tornado. Oh no, Chronosphere finally coming out. Invoker's got the little bit of bonus armor, but the right clicks are too much. Can they bring him down? Yes, they can. Fade trying for the save. They've actually got Monet somewhat trapped under the tower. Nice cogs from Flywind, just going to keep the Pangolier completely out of this fight. And RNG find the 2 for nothing.
Look at this. The moment I'm talking about this is the ward that actually allowed the call.
Yep.
Because they saw. You have a false sense of security. You see the sentry there as a call. You think there's no vision.
And just jumping onto XXS. Here comes the Will-O-Wisp, dragging everybody together. Baboka once again. The Clockwork finds him. That's his job this game. Fade deep. Well, just trying to be safe underneath this tier 1 tower. SCCC coming in here, defensive disruption, trying to keep September alive, but the Mana Void still finds him. And the Anti-Mage now looking for a little bit more. He's actually got a clumsy net looking for super here.
What?
Interesting
Nice.
item.
I mean, he's useful. You blink, clumsy net, you're both rooted, and you can still hit right click.
Yeah.
It's perfect. This AM is a boss. Look at that. Like, see, the AM comes to a fight. He came to KS, whatever you want to call it, you know? But he was there.
Yeah, and now he's going to get the tier 1 tower, and now he's straight back to farming the dire side of the map. SCCC already working towards his Manta. This is going to be a really fast timing for him this game. Already 10.5k net worth.
Bot lane, they're trying to set up with they need to what's the combo? Tornado and cast a thunder, rolling thunder.
Ooh, do they see him? They see him TPing, but not gonna try and cancel that. Interesting.
Yep. So look at the map. How big is the map for Radiant right now? Oh my god.
Yeah, the AM's got a ton of room to work with.
Like when you're AM, this is like a dream, a wet dream for you, and you have everything. You can farm wherever you want.
Yeah, Chrono's on cooldown. There's really nobody that's threatening you.
I mean, you mentioned earlier a little bit about how Void is like a classic counter right towards AM, but I think it kind of feels like sometimes it's you use your Chrono, and if the Chrono target is not the AM, you didn't kill him, then the AM gets so much when one Chrono is down. Because he has nothing to worry about.
It's a tough matchup for sure, and you kind of get you can keep pace with the Anti-Mage if you're killing him and like getting really good farm, but in general I think AM is going to out-farm you unless he's dying.
No one farms faster than AM, right? If I'm not wrong. Maybe just L, but L is kind of not...
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Kind of not fair.
Meepo,
I mean, that's why,
maybe, but...
I mean, that's why whenever AM gets this kind of game, it's very, very hard for the enemy team, you know? Like, but the bright side is, if the game actually goes to, like, ultra late game, I'm talking about, like, 40, 50 minutes, then the Void starts to become a threat, a very obvious threat towards the... Because the AM cannot really... If both have equal items, the Void generally has the advantage.
Yeah, and it's not really that easy for the AM to get... Like, he can't get tanky in a way that stops him from dying to Void, right? Like, if you're equal on items, I don't think there's a way to itemize as Anti-Mage to survive.
I mean, Chrono is Chrono, you know? Like, late game, like, you're gonna die. Apart from Aeon this or having some saves on your team, you're just gonna die in the fights. That's why Void is, like, one of the best late game carries. Like, you generally wanna use Red King against Void, because you can tank his Chrono, you have 2 lives. I mean, that's the go-to hero, your favorite hero. Can't go wrong with Red King against Void. I have 2 lives. He has 1 Chrono.
I'm just gonna walk at him. What's he gonna do to me?
Chrono me please, says the Red King.
Well, Monet's trying to get the first tower of the game for his team as Aster taking out a tier 2 on top. XXS just buying some supporty items for his Anti-Mage. Has picked up a Lotus Orb here. It's really all just about it's all AM all day. Put the Alacrity on him. Put the Lotus Orb on him. Let SCCC do his job. Easy peasy.
Oh, I don't even sense any bit of salt when you said that. You seem to like AM. The way AM is taking this game. You're a classic Dota player, I can tell. All the classic players like AM. Like, seriously, I'm not joking.
It's, you know, it's... I don't mind seeing AM because we hardly ever get to see it, right? And so often, like... I have poor associations with AM because I feel like every single time somebody picks AM in one of my pubs, I'm just like, we lost. Like, this guy just picked AM in the first 2 picks, and we're just gonna lose in 25 minutes.
Oh no.
Oh, Monet, defensive Chrono, but he gets all of his mana burned out. He might survive, but
that's Roshan
that hurts.
That's
Can
Roshan
they do anything to SCCC? He has already used the Manta. They're gonna pop the Will-O-Wisp down on him as well, but where's the damage gonna come from? It's just not there in time. They know that they had to try and force a kill on the Anti-Mage, but there's just no way to do it. Now Fade in the front lines.
I mean, they should just go kill Rosh. Take a fight. There's no Chrono. There's no Will-O-Wisp. What can Dire do? There are like 5 creeps right now.
I think they're just waiting for the Legion TP, right? And then they just go.
I mean,
Or maybe not. Anti-Mage is not moving in that direction. SCCC is just farming his way over to the east.
they have
so.
Vlads on the Pango. I guess they want to try to, but they don't have Legion here though. It's very, very strange. Like, Roshan feels like the sure thing. Moving here is not a sure thing. but they might be able to catch the Void. I think the Void is affecting them to do Rosh.
Oh, he gets netted. Who needs Abyssal Blade? And they even get the duel win at the very, very end there. That was like a 0.01 second duel, but
This is fine too. They got a very, very big kill.
I'd never considered how good Clumsy Net is on Anti-Mage. It's actually like, you don't need Abyssal Blade right away.
No,
You've got
dude.
Clumsy Net.
You actually don't take Clumsy Net away from Pango. It's a Pango item.
True.
I mean, it's literally designed.
But Fade has no. But here's the thing: it's Fade, and it's a faded brooch. He's literally in. It's his name. He needs the item, Winter.
Dire's bottom tower
And wow, they've already taken a tier 3. 22 minutes into this game, Aster. I really thought after yesterday that RNG were gonna do really well in this series, but Aster just looked super convincing. Draft's
Good
pretty
drafts.
good both games.
Drafts are really good. RNG didn't have very good drafts. I mean, that's
No.
why I felt like Void wasn't very... It doesn't feel very, very good, because it's a very, very slow hero.
Yeah, it's just okay. To me, it's like a little bit desperation in their draft.
I mean,
They're just
they
like,
have-
okay,
like,
Monet,
think-
please carry us.
Think about the draft. Like I said, who is going to throw any damage into the chrono? I mean, you have Shadow, Poison, and what, Sleight of Fist?
Yeah.
So if the Void, imagine if the Void doesn't have damage, who is gonna die in the chrono? Nobody.
But also, Clockwork's game has just been garbage.
I mean, that's
As
also
well.
another thing, you know, they pick a call Clockwork like that, you know? That's also another problem.
It's there's been absolutely no pressure, nothing that Clockwork can do against Anti-Mage. It's just like Anti-Mage doesn't even have to think about the fact that Clockwork's in the game, right? Doesn't even cross his mind.
I mean, you're not wrong. He's actually right.
It's not like oh, there's a Legion or an Axe or something. Oh, they could be in the fog. They could be hunting me. Like it. Nice Chronosphere as well, but the Tornado holding them back a little bit. Where's the damage? Hook shot, now the control plus the bashes. SCCC actually dead. I disrespected the Clockwork, and Flywind gonna prove me wrong here. The duel does come through. They're looking for the kill on the Ember, so it's at least a 1-for-1 trade, and now Aster should be looking for a little bit more. Monet without the BKB needs to be careful. He's still looking for the bashes on XXS, but here comes the lockdown. They don't quite have the cold snap. Chion was actually thinking about the ice wall for a second there, as it does get laid down on top of Flywind here. It does seem like the Clockwork's going to be left for dead instead. On the other side of the fight, September, with the defensive disruption, Fade was going after him. Fade's going to fall. Flywind gets Glimmer caped away, actually. Tornado's back up. XXS wants to continue the pursuit. September popping his Essence Ring. Another Glimmer cape, but they've got a Sentry Ward here, and they bring down that kill. And looking for further cleanup, even without their Anti-Mage. Looks like Aster will be able to take this fight. And September, he's done for.
Yeah, I mean, that's because they have too much reliance on the Void with the Chrono. They don't really have a lot of damage from the other heroes. I mean, that's actually quite amazing that the 4 bodyguards actually did it without their AM boss. They just took the fight because there was nothing left. Void had to use Chrono plus BKB to kill the AM. And once his BKB is down, he cannot even fight against the Invoker.
Yeah, they didn't really have any... Well, they... Not only did they use everything that Void had, but also Clockwork wasn't able to find any of the squishies or anything.
Yeah,
right?
and that was kind of like a very lucky situation where they found the AM like this, you know. They put the wall, they spoke, I mean, it's a bit of luck, but they were doing the correct thing, trying to look for him.
Yeah, but...
So if the fight went that well for you and you still couldn't clear the enemy team, then you're in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
SCCC just jumping in, hoping for a bash there. The Mindbreaker was also coming out of his, coming off
Dire's
cooldown
middle tower is under
at the
attack.
same time, so... Could have been tricky. But, yeah, Aster's still right back on the game plan, right? They took the Roshan, they've got the Aegis, they're getting the next item on the Anti-Mage,
There
RNG
is
getting
no-
something, but...
There is no one else they can use the Chrono on. And once the AM gets Butterfly or Heart, good luck killing him as the Void. Because you're always like 1 or 2 items behind the AM right now. Like we talk about a Void out carrying the AM, but considering the items has to be on equal terms, you know.
The anti-mage has to like cap out, and then you have to survive long enough that the void catches up to him in terms of like effective net worth, right? So they both have to be 6-slotted, but the anti-mage is going to be 6-slotted way before the void in every situation.
The void's gonna need like an MKB. He's gonna need butterfly. He's gonna need so much.
They're looking for something. They see super on this side. Jump forward aggressively. They pronote onto the Invoker and the Legion Commander, but I don't think that's going to be good enough. SCCC just jumps in, taking the fight. They are focusing onto the Clockwork. This is taking a little while. The Rolling Thunder actually knocks Flywin out of there. XXS is still surviving. Where is this anti-mage? There's illusions attacking. SCCC is actually over on the other side of the fight. They didn't get a single kill. Fade trying to escape on this high ground, but he's going to get brought down. Double kill for Setsu.
That was actually a very, very good chrono there. Even though they didn't catch the AM, but they were able to catch the Invoker and the Lich. So the fight was actually like -2 from the get-go.
It was Invoker and Legion. Lich died over here.
Oh, Invoker and Legion.
Yeah, Lich died here.
Still two of their cores.
Yeah.
I felt like they were kind of like running into this area without much vision. So it was also partly a Radiant team fault, but Dire capitalized. So game goes on. AM still has Aegis. There's no Chrono now, so maybe, Radiant should try to go mid and then move to bot, like get this tower and move towards bot. Try to go high ground, take this area.
CDA, Courier jumps over onto the Clockwork. Their clock is pretty tanky. Flywin not really that afraid of the anti-mage, seemingly.
He has the... Oh, he has no mana. He has
Disruption, but they don't have the cogs. Chains, he's already used the Manta. He's losing a lot of mana to these illusions. SCCC, now they might have the cogs up. No, Flywin's a little bit short of the mana. He's trying to toggle. Power cogs finally coming in, but the rest of Aster have arrived now. XXS, not in the best position on the front lines, but he does get the shield. He's got the Lotus Orb. Should be able to walk this one off, though. That is just Aegis given away completely for free. SCCC needs to stop going on the Clockwork. It's not doing anything.
And he also needs to be careful with the disruption. We didn't really talk much about it. But generally, you're not that worried because of the counter shield, the counter spell. But if he does get the disrupt on you...
Jump in. On SCCC, they're going to put down the Will-O-Wisp just to try and keep Setsu alive. Another pulse, but Aster just resetting backwards. Forcing the cooldowns.
He was able to get the counter spell there, so didn't get disrupted. That's actually one of the main ways of if RNG wants to kill the AM, they need to create his illusions to burn his mana.
Yeah, and then have some lockdown for him afterwards. Though unfortunately, that only really comes in the form of like a chains or I guess Clockwork.
The chains are good enough. If he doesn't have Manta up, it's still a solid 3-4 seconds.
SCCC, there's not a lot of vision here to be taking this outpost. Alright, it's good call.
They should try to play around the AM.
They gotta jump. Here comes the disruption, and they've got the Chronosphere. Can they keep Anti-Mage alive? They've got the heal for him. Setsu waiting out this Chronosphere, but SCCC surviving. He gets bashed, he gets bashed again! He can't escape! Monet finding the opportunities. Ember Spirit with his BKB, trying to survive through this duel against XXS. Looks like he's actually going to be okay. He gets the slide off, now he's onto the low ground. Aster, this is trouble for them. RNG finding the turnaround. XXS will be the next one to fall. What else have they got? Fade trying for the swashbuckle into the TP out, but they also get him. Alright. RNG take a 4-0 team fight.
I don't think the AM would die. I think the Pango messed up. He didn't get his ultimate up on the high ground there. Maybe he would have saved the AM there. Because the AM actually, he tanked for quite some time, If someone was able to disable any of the backliners, maybe even for 1 second, AM might have lived there. And the fight could have... I guess even if the AM lived, the fight was kind of over for Radiant. They can't really continue the fight, but AM wouldn't die at least.
Right. They could have reset after that point. Well,
yeah, they need to be more careful about... Because right now the Void has enough damage to kill the AM.
Yeah, and Mona's getting bigger. Yeah. He is closing the gap little by little. Going to be going for a Butterfly up next. Both of them actually have Butterfly queued up at the moment. Setsu just wants a Lincoln Sphere to try and deal with the Abyssal Blade jump.
Yeah, and you're also right about they have to be careful with fighting with no vision, They have to play, even though they have a lead, you still need to play the way Dota is supposed to be played. Play with your vision, play with what you know. Like assume the enemy is already ready to respawn. You know, you can't just run into their area.
I think they're just telling themselves that, oh, our anti-mage is super strong, but as Triple C, a lot of that fight as well, he had, you know, you look at the net worth difference, and you're like, oh yeah, Void's got 19k and anti-mage has got 22k, but anti-mage just has 4.4k gold sitting in his coffers, right? He's not actually at 22k, like, net worth of effective net worth, let's say.
Soon.
So, soon. Very, very soon.
He's gonna finish his butterfly next. That will be very, very crucial.
But Monet's got his butterfly as well, so that's a big damage upgrade for him, and gives him some important survivability against the duel or the anti-mage.
Chrono is ready soon. This is going to be a very, very big. I think the next fight is going to be the Roshan fight. So you see Dire, they place one ward here. Yeah, already preparing for the Rosh fight. Radiant has one here. This is a pretty good ward. This one.
Oh, right in the corner. Yeah, kind of easy to defend. Setsu poking and prodding. Just
yep, stay on your high ground.
Ooh, Monet smoked up. He's looking for something. He doesn't really see all that much, but they do have a ward, so he's not coming up blind. And what do they see? They're going to catch a glimpse of the Invoker. That's the hook shot in there. Invoker getting split up from his team. Fade trying to run interference, but Invoker, can they keep him alive? Nice force down onto the low ground. In the back lines, they found the Anti-Mage with the Chronosphere, but it's not enough this time. S-Triple-C not going to get bashed. Monet's still chasing him, but S-Triple-C should be able to get off another blink, and he actually goes turning around now with the duel. Monet, a dive too far for him as S-Triple-C finds a double. Now it's a triple. Setsu's the next target. He doesn't have any remnant charges available, and now he's out of mana. Should just be another one added to the collection. Fortunately, Super is there. Does have the Will-O-Wisp plus the little bit of Chakra Magic to try and get Setsu out of there, but still not going to be enough. Dragged back in. I don't know how Baboka is up here, but okay. Hello? Nice little sinister gaze. Oh, okay, right. I was like, how is he just standing right here? I'm not good at looking at the neutral item slot, I'll be honest. I'm like, oh, does he have a force staff for a blink? No. Alright, spider legs.
Spider leg and repair kit, those are the two probably best items for the supports.
There's actually the majority of neutral items are not actives, I want to say. Maybe that's wrong. I'm not actually sure. It feels like maybe it's like 50-50. Anyway.
You have not been playing Dota, my friend.
I have not. There's a lot of passive neutral items though, right?
Sorry to expose you.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, Aster winning that fight. They kept the anti-mage alive. Now they're just going through, well, they were going through backdoor protection initially. They managed to get it disabled now. They get a tier 3 and they get the bottom racks. Buyback coming in from the Ember Spirit is going to push them back, but I mean, if he was going to buy back, did he not have it, or was he... Did he just see that they might go for 2 lanes and then he decided to...
Yeah, he doesn't want to give 2 lanes. He doesn't want to give 2 lanes. But that fight was all about the butterfly. The previous fight he got chronoed, but like you said, he had like 3 or 4k gold in his bank. So it wasn't a full anti-mage. And that fight he had a full butterfly. So you saw how big of a difference he made. Because the damage that was killing him, it was all the right clicks coming from the Void. And he does not have MKB right now. Yep. So that made a huge difference.
Like you've been saying the whole game, right, Winter, there's no damage that gets dumped into the Chronosphere. The Void kind of just has to do it alone. Clockwork getting spotted by Fade up here, and the rest of this team is smoke ganking and connecting. Blink forward into the Abyssal Blade. Flywin getting all of his mana burned out. Still pretty tanky, but there's the duel. No way to walk up onto the high ground. September was trying to TP in for the save, but too little too late.
The aim was here. One blink, he's here, and then Abyssal, he jumped on the Clockwork.
Yeah, it's a lot of mobility. The Abyssal Blade range is actually pretty nuts.
How are you meant to play against this? It's actually so difficult as a support. You need to be so aware of your positioning in the fights, because the aim can just kill you from 2 screens away.
Okay, Clockwork buys back so that they can flare the pit. They don't have a single ward on the map currently on the side of RNG. Yeah, so a very scary situation, but they know that they have to try and take this fight. So they smoke up, they're heading out, they're putting Flywin in the front. Do they have any buybacks available, actually? We should just switch it over to the buyback side. This is so blind. They walk straight up into XXS. Cog pushback, splitting up the fight. They're going to try and focus on the Shadow Demon first. Monet needs to figure out which one is the real anti-mage. It's just not enough damage, it looks like. S-Triple-C surviving. He jumps over to the wave. Now he gets chained up, though. A little bit separated from his team, and Monet is still looking for him. S-Triple-C life-stealing. Life-stealing. Can't quite bring down the Void. Finally, the duel comes in. Anti-mage just going to buyback immediately. Wants to fight while the Chronosphere is down. Also a buyback out of Baboka. Setsu slinks away to the the side of the fight. He's going to escape. Flywin with those spider legs and the Glimmer Cape, trying to get up onto the high ground, but XXS and Fade not going to let him go, and Monet is dead for 75 seconds. No buyback. SCCC having that little bit of extra net worth, looking to end the game right here, right now, and Super calls the GG. Aster will be taking this series 2-0.
Yeah, very good buyback there by AM. I mean, that's also another problem with playing with all these huge cooldowns against AM. He always has the buyback because he's farming faster than you.
And he can always rejoin the fight pretty quickly as well, right? Buyback and then just TP blink. You're right there.
So this was different before when you had the Aghanims on the Void to reduce your cooldown. Ever since they changed that, Void doesn't feel as good in the late game anymore because he has this weakness of being reliant on the Chronosphere, which is a very big cooldown.
And the cooldown's been progressively nerfed, I think, as well, right? Like 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there.
But overall, it's like I feel like this game is big props to like the supporting cast around the AM. They did a really good job of creating space. I mean, sure, Dia doesn't really have the most optimal draft, but they still did like the right things in the game. Like I keep pointing out in the map how they are using the map, who is playing in what area, what hero is moving during a different time of the game. They're always having someone moving around, especially the Invoker. He was, I think, the key person in the lineup that allowed everyone else to do their job, the AM to farm, and he just like kept everything together.
Yeah, it was just nice, clean Dota to watch from Aster. But also, I do think that RNG played well. You know, you look at the graph, and they had a couple of those moments. They got that really crucial, somewhat lucky
Given the draft, I think yes.
Yeah.
They played all right. I mean, they played okay. Like there wasn't really like many glaring mistakes that I would remember in the game. Like everyone was doing kind of what they could do, but they just had too much limitations in terms of their lineup. I mean, the AM, they couldn't really stop the AM, because they don't have the tools to deal with the AM with the lineup other than the Chronosphere. So it was really, really hard from the get-go.
Yeah, Flywin did the best that he could, right? And he even baited SCCC into some not so great situations. I don't know why AM was trying to kill the Clockwork, but yeah, I think that core Clockwork pick really, it was a core Clockwork that didn't, when we saw it in the draft, right, there wasn't a clear reason to pick it. It wasn't like he was countering two cores or like completely destroying both of the supports and having a good lane. It was just kind of a, oh hey, we'll try this Clockwork thing out. Didn't work.
It wasn't a well thought of pick because I was suggesting Shadow Demon at that junction, and then they still picked Shadow Demon, but later the next pick.
And they could have fished for more information, right?
Yeah, it wasn't very well planned.
Yeah.
So that's what I felt in that junction because they were taking a lot of time. They were very unsure about what to do at that junction, and then they came up with a suboptimal pick.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for our first series. So we are going to actually have a fairly long break because for the most part, they've just been playing it to the schedule. So it's like an hour and 6 minutes before our next series starts. Of course, it's going to be a little bit earlier than that because we're going to have the 1v1. But we are going to have IG versus Sparking Arrow as our next series. Should be a good one. Sparking Arrow is still currently undefeated, at least on a series basis. IG top 3 currently. They're 5-3 overall, so getting very, very close to the end of the league. I mean, we've only got 3 days remaining, so definitely a match that you guys are going to want to catch, but we will have about an hour break. So I'll throw up an approximate countdown on the screen, and you guys can keep an eye on that. But we'll be back here in about an hour, so see you then.